Prescott in the gun. They look like they're going to blitz. Here comes everybody. Slant in the direction. Cooper caught it on the bounce. Off the defender. Cooper walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Cooper. Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game besides the ball bouncing off a defender into Amari Cooper's hands and him walking in for the winning score? How else?
That's how I want to skip into the Monday, baby.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. Wow, 29-23 in overtime. Amari Cooper takes over Dallas. The city is on fire. We're here to talk about all of it with you on this Victory Monday edition of Cover 4. This guy right here has got a good nug for you guys.
Lynn, that game took me back to my college years, and I will tell you why. As much crazy stuff happened, as up and down and wild as it was, who was at the center of it? Number 4, Dak Prescott. Guys, I got no choice but to call it Four Loko.
Okay, David.
Oh, bad pun of the day. That's okay. Because prior to last night, the Cowboys were 3-11 since the beginning of 2016 when they threw an interception. So, guys, it just can't be overstated enough to think about how much adversity they overcame last night.
Cowboys fans, I don't care if you're on the naughty list or the nice list. In October, you got your Christmas gift. When Jerry Jones made the trade for Amari Cooper to send him from Oakland to Dallas to be the #1 receiver here, Merry Christmas to you, or should I say, a Merry Christmas to all.
Hey!
Puns on puns on puns on puns.
Shout out to Laurel Glenn. She's the one who wrote that pun.
Way to go. Shouts out, girlfriend. Let's play Fill in the Blank. We've got some things to discuss from last night's game, and this one I know none of us saw coming. How do you feel about the tight ends going forward? Specifically, your expectations for the tight ends is blank.
Always improving. I think that's the easy one there because they are so young.
Look at these guys out there.
I mean,
Game of the year for all of them.
Wow.
when Dalton Schultz is technically the better 86 on the field when you have Zach Ertz out there, that says something. I mean, he was just like lights out. Blake Jarwin, Lindsay.
Blake Jarwin
is in the name. Is in the name.
No disrespect to Amari Cooper. I thought Blake Jarwin made one of the best catches of the night, that adjusting behind the back catch from Dak early. I got to see it more than once. I mean, this is the first time they've had a game like this, but it's super encouraging to see these guys rounding into form, though.
If we have to have Jason Witt rumors to get these guys to play like this,
Hey!
keep the rumors going.
So true. They were pretty much perfect last night. What about AT&T, though? I got some texts last night. Were you guys at the game? Let us know. That it was extremely lit. So the Cowboys' home field advantage is blank to you guys?
Very, very good.
Tell us about
that's
it.
3 blanks.
You were there.
It was lit, and that's playoff environment. Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, that's basically what it was. You're talking about a game that essentially decides the NFC East, and the people in that building were well aware. There's one home game left, I know, Tampa Bay, but they can't do any worse than 6-2 at home this year. For a team that has struggled at home basically since AT&T Stadium opened, that is crucial, especially as a division winner. You figure the Cowboys are likely to get a home playoff game. If it's anything like that, they're going to have a heck of a leg up.
Dave goes down to the field around, 5 minutes to the end of the game?
Yeah, we actually spent about 20 minutes down there last night.
A little longer than you thought it would.
Well, Lindsay and I learned today that there's actually a microphone at the 50-yard line that is getting everybody's decibel level. So, Dave, if you could just go and yell into it next week or on December 23rd, that'd be really, really appreciated.
No, we were told it was extremely high.
Yes.
It was as good of an environment as I've been in at AT&T.
Took Cowboys fans a while to understand it, but now they got the concept of being a home field advantage.
There you go. Shouts out to you fans. But guys, blank still worries you moving forward. Blank still.
The penalties.
Yes.
That still worries me because when you look at this Cowboy teams, you had, again, Randy Gregory with the penalty to keep a drive alive, the holding penalties, pre-snap penalties and regular penalties. They are drive killers. They drive coaches crazy. They drive game plans crazy. They drive teams crazy. And this team can't think they're going to have 10 plus penalties for over 100 yards and win football games. So the penalties at crucial times are concerning to me. They need to clean that up. That's not a technique thing. That's a discipline thing.
Yeah, I got to say turnovers on this one. And on both sides of the ball. Yes, offensively, Dak, don't give it away. But the defense needs to get more turnovers, and they need to capitalize on those turnovers, scoring in the end zone. So I just think that's the most concerning thing that we're seeing from this team is turnovers.
We'll hit the trifecta then, and we'll get into Dak in more detail
Sure,
if I'm
we
right.
will.
But
What a tease, David.
thank you. Red zone. My
Yes.
gosh, one of 4 last night.
Yes.
Penalties pushing him back out of field goal range contributes to that miss by Brett Maher. Not scoring touchdowns, obviously, going away from Zeke near the goal line for the 13th game? So the 13th game in a row. They do it every week. Yeah. I don't know why. It's troubling, and it's going to get you beat against the better teams in the NFL. It just is.
Talk of the teasies.
Talk of the teasy time.
Woo! It is teasy time, and yes, it was crazy after the game. Lindsay and I were just sitting in here fired up. We are more fired up than Nate Newton, Larry Brown, all them, but maybe not as fired up as Dirk Nowitzki, who sent out just a simple "Cool"
From Germany.
From Germany. He's got to give
love
love
it.
Which I feel like that's when you've been really recognized, is when Dirk shouts you out.
Shouts you out, you're good.
Yeah, exactly. But, guys, very cool to see. The Red Kettle has been a star this season. Fans just started throwing in their donations after the Amari
Those are
touchdown.
not $1 bills. There are
20.
20s in there.
Yeah.
There are some 5s
That's
in
how
there.
lit it was.
The season of giving is strong here, and especially strong for voting for Dak for Man of the Year. Yes, the Walter Payton Man of the Year challenge has been going on since last week.
He's leading.
Leading, guys.
That's
and crazy
insane.
to think about the names that he's mentioned with Kyle Rudolph, the amazing things he's doing up in Minnesota, Chris Long, Von Miller, and Cameron Hayward. Not to be discredited for everything they're also doing, but Dak just has the power of the Cowboys.
He
right
had
there.
2 young kids there last night.
Yeah.
The game that
Very
he
cool.
talked about.
Yes,
There.
that was
Inspired
awesome.
stuff from him.
Pendrell Daniels, so awesome.
We go from that to this.
Man of the year.
Man of the Year to talking about
Liz, what's he talking about?
man of the not so hot moment.
Come on.
Yes, Kayvon Frazier, good dub, choke D's. Yeah, I think it goes without saying he is making reference to Camus, Grugier, Hill, who still on his Twitter today could not get over the
Not
fumble
over
call.
it. It's okay.
bro.
Just let it marinate for a while. You can have a long off season to think all about it. Dave gave it a tease earlier. We are talking QB1 Dak Prescott. We've heard you guys, good things, bad things. Where do you fall? We will discuss it next in Sound Off.
We're gonna win on 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey Dallas Cowboys fans, I'm Danny Stark at the AT&T Media Center. The Cowboys' 29-23 overtime victory was the first series sweep over the Eagles since 2012. Not only did that win give the Cowboys a 2-game lead to stay atop of the NFC East, it was also head coach Jason Garrett's 75th win as the head coach for the Cowboys. Garrett is the second coach in Cowboys franchise history to do so. The other coach, Tom Landry. Coming up, the Cover 4 crew will go over the exciting Cowboys win over the Eagles and divulge into the top 5 plays.
This is really a dream come true. When I thought of playing in the NFL as a youth, this is the perfect example of that. From everything from the city, the facilities, winning, watching that defense out there, watching this offense out here. It's a dream come true.
You guys, for some reason, I can't get over this. Like, I just wonder what the people in Oakland are thinking, but also so happy for Amari. Like, he's finally happy.
Well, and I think Jesse can speak to this, but a lot of people are talking about the fact that there's a receiver here right now who plays for the Dallas Cowboys, who is not an extremely flashy guy, who's not an extremely loud guy in the locker room. He just kind of remains himself. If you guys saw the footage of him walking to the locker room last night, he was pretty much just walking emotionless, just focused on going to the locker room, being with his teammates.
Such a great person to have on your team, and he made some big plays. Let's get to the top 5 plays of last night. We could have had all 5 of them dedicated to Amari, but we decided to spread the love. So after he missed a 45-yarder, Brett Maher goes out and makes a 62-yarder into the sun.
Yes,
What's
that
going
was
on
incredible.
here?
This is my favorite. One of my favorite things about this game is that a 62-yard field goal is a footnote. It was
Literally.
the 7th longest kick in history. Our producer told us he's the 20th kicker to hit from 60+ in the history of the league, and it is the 5th play. And that's how nuts this game got in the second half. But hey, he missed one earlier. Shouts out to him for bouncing back.
Twitter was a storm.
Yes, it was. And number 4 on our list goes to Amari Cooper with a 75-yard touchdown. And I can't get over the beauty of this route, all of it, the breakaway speed.
I love this play by Amari Cooper. He talked about it in his post-game presser. He said, I came back and I said, hey, man, listen, you got to throw this play to me. And there were 3 other hook routes on that play. Dak Prescott signaled Amari Cooper to go for the long ball, the fade route. He hit it. They connect. Listen, he may not be able to connect with anyone else down the field, but he has a connection with 19 going on.
Keep doing it with
keep
Cooper.
throwing it up there to Cooper.
Sorry.
That just shows the progression in Dak Prescott and the relationship that he and Amari Cooper now have built to be able to go in the middle of the play and change it and throw him a deep pass.
Let's talk a little hot boys. Earning his money, Tyrone Crawford. He is one of the guys who doesn't always get the spotlight, but makes everyone better. But he got his moment.
Career season for him, man.
Yes.
The takeaway, Tay talks about it. They need more takeaways. They got one against Wentz here. You knew that was going to be crucial for them, was getting home against Carson Wentz. So happy for Tyrone Crawford with the amount of scrutiny he's played under because of his contract. Like I said, having the best year of his career.
Probably the most versatile guy on that defensive front.
Yeah.
Very true.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Shouts out to you, Tyrone. And what about the workhorse of the night, Ezekiel Elliott? There is not enough to say about him.
Well, absolutely. And we were talking, Lindsay, as we were getting ready for the post-game show. Of course, the OT went forever. But the fact of the matter is that the last time they were in OT, the 4th and 1, they decided to kick a field goal. They didn't do that this time. I'm talking Houston game. Yes, Lindsay. And the fact of the matter is they went to their guy that they had let him touch the ball 40 times. 40 times. Jesse always talks about that.
12 catches
12 catches.
Yep. That's, again, it's insane. This guy had 192 all-purpose yards, got the crucial 4th down to get the game-winning touchdown set up. He's not an afterthought, but you would think he's the main story.
Yep.
It just speaks to how insane Amari Cooper's 4th quarter was, basically, that he took top.
What about the OT, Dave? It takes the cake as our number 1 play. Take a look. Is there any part of you that feels bad for Rasul here?
No. He had his play in the beginning of the game.
Did not think so. What focus by Amari to come back and
oh my gosh. And it kind of, wiggles in the round. And I mean, Douglas had already kind of hurt the Cowboys earlier with the interception. And his emotion, just putting his hands on his head, the sad cobra.
It said it all.
As well as you
amazing.
can play, you need a little bit of luck too. You get a couple fortunate bounces in a game.
This Amari Cooper play, that talks about his athleticism, his balance, his strength, his wherewithal, his sense, everything to be able to stop, falling one way, put the brakes on, come back, still find the ball, catch it, and in the game.
99.9% of people would have fallen down.
Absolutely.
Not
Professional athletes would have fallen down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right, guys, if you're wondering why we haven't got to it yet, the wait is over. Dak Prescott, let's talk about it in Sound Off. The question is, what did yesterday's overtime win tell us about Dak? And I think you really find fans divided here on Twitter, talking to us, shouting it from the rooftops that they don't know how to feel.
This game emphasized everything you already know about Dak Prescott, on steroids. It is the all-encompassing. He's got warts. He's not the most accurate passer. He has problems with ball security, and especially has in the last month or so. And yet, the guy is absolutely nails. I don't know. Maybe I'm too close to the situation. Maybe I'm giving him a pass. But to lead this team back after how horrendously he started this game, I can't say enough about how impressive it is.
Dave, if you ever write his autobiography, you're going to have to call it "And Yet," because it's everything that he does despite what's against him.
And I think part of this, you hear Jason Garrett throw around these terms, right? We focus on ourselves. We have mental toughness. Well, mental toughness is not something that just happens. To be able to have that performance that he had, the timely interceptions, the fumble, which everyone's been writing him about having all these fumbles, holding onto the ball too long. Mental toughness is what won this game. And a lot of people, that might not matter to you at the moment, but that is what you got to value with Dak Prescott. Not that he's going to be perfect, not that he's going to be the most accurate, but that he is a mentally strong guy.
And where did he get that from? Cooper Rush. In the moment, he's talking about it in his post-game press conference, that Cooper Rush kept giving him that encouragement he needed.
Oh my gosh, it was a great story. I mean, he said, my backup quarterback looks at me and tells me, hey, you're the best guy for this, and it meant so much in that moment. Really cool.
I think the biggest thing for Dak, when you see him playing these fourth quarters and overtimes and all the record-breaking numbers that he has in these moments, is he's not thinking, he's playing. And that's the thing for Dak. When he gets into a situation where he has to think a lot and there's a lot going on in his head, you see it. You see the inaccuracies, you see the footwork be messed up. But when he gets in these fourth quarter moments when it's just, hey, be a football player and go do it, he's turned up to be to shine in those moments.
And that, I don't know, maybe we're too close to the situation.
Right.
We've been intimately tied to his entire career, but to have him bounce back that way and play that way when the chips are down, regardless of what happened before, I just think that's incredibly valuable, and that's the type of quarterback that I want playing for my team, personally. I mean, it's unreal.
We could talk forever about it, but we're out of time. Jess, take us to OT.
Well, I don't believe in luck personally, but I do believe you need a little luck to win football games, and here's why. The record is 1-73 in NFL history when a team gives up 100 yards in penalties, gives up 3 touchdown passes, and has 2 or more turnovers. That lone win came Sunday for the Cowboys against the Eagles. So it's 1-73. Talk about a little luck for your football team. You need luck sometimes to win football games.
Wow. You need luck not to be strong this week for the Colts. But, guys, Witten today, he came out to the Dallas Morning News and said there is no truth to the rumors of him coming back. But, guys, we have not talked about the fact that Dave, for his birthday, all he wants is a ride on the Boogermobile. So if we could make that happen, please tweet us, let us know, because that's all Dave wants, and we know Witten's not going to be back.
I already hung out on the Boogermobile when the Tennessee game.
We didn't see a picture.
I already did that. Thank you. You threw me off my game, Tay. Point being, I don't know, that was wild. Oh, I remember my point. Thank you, Taylor. Hey, the Cowboys gave up a first-round pick for Amari Cooper. Big whoop. They're going to be in the playoffs, which means that pick is going to come in the 20s. Oakland Raiders. I don't know who you're going to draft. Maybe he's a Hall of Famer, but have fun. I'll take Coop, and y'all do that.
32nd pick in the draft next.
Whoa!
Wow! You're starting off a Victory Monday strong out here. All right, we will see you guys tomorrow for a brand new episode. Cover 4. Always keep it here.
Hey,
how funny would that be, though?